Hey there folks, and welcome back to the IMCB project. I, of course, am your host CDB. You are not, and today we're going to use some budget gear because people love the budget gear. So let's start out. RazoRock Amici, $2.99. $3 soap here, folks. $3 soap. And as you can see, I scooped a little out there. Nice smell, not overpowering. It's not super strong in scent. A nice crisp, sort of citrusy type scent, but $2.99, folks. And we also picked up the RazoRock Echo razor in aluminum. This is the electric blue or something along those lines. Looks kind of like a hawk, but what's unusual about this razor is it can use these half blades like you see here that are specially designed half blades, or you can take a blade like your regular DE blade, and while it's still in the package, break it in half, like so. And that's what we're going to use today because I want to use a blade that I'm familiar with, Astra. So now we've created two blades, and I use blades usually for 3 shaves. So now we're going to get 6 shaves out of this one blade. And when you start, calculating that, hey, a box of 100 goes a long way, almost a year. So, I mean, that's pretty good. Anyway, let's see. Well, essentially 200 blades, almost a year. Math is not my strong suit. Anyway, let's go ahead and pop out the blade here. Do be careful when handling these half blades because you don't have as much to grab onto. Just snap it in the package, and you just kind of have to be careful. But anyway, I've never put a blade in this razor, so it'll be interesting to see how it actually fits. It kind of just lays down in there in between those tabs. I hope you can see that. Lays in there pretty nicely, flat, even. I don't see any wiggling going on, so it actually feels like it's going to be nice and secure. And the head just goes together just like a normal razor. This is reminiscent of the RazoRock Hawk in design, and so there you see what it looks like when it's assembled. And in our bowl, we lathered up some Amici, but I'll give it a few swirls because it's been sitting for a few minutes. Anyway, $2.99 soap. The razor is $29.99, aluminum, lightweight. And so let's get started. Let's take off the watch here. We don't need the watch for this budget shave. Let's go ahead and wet our face and see how we do. First time using this razor. I have read nothing about this razor, as is customary for me, not wanting to do a lot of research and get any preconceived notions. RazoRock Big Bruce is the brush, which I don't know if these are still in stock at Italian Barber or the price. There used to be, between, let's say, $12 and $20. I think I saw them at one point as low as $12. But generally, those synthetics like this are between, $12 and $20, let's say. And so we will check this out. And, don't need to put lather in my eyes. That won't feel very well, I'm sure. But anyway, $2.99 soap, $29.99 razor that uses half blades. So we're going to be able to stretch those blades a little if we want to. Not in terms of using them more than they need to be, but just because you're using half a blade each time. So you get twice as much out of each blade. So let's wipe that down a little bit, and we'll take our first few strokes with the Echo razor. Feels nice. Feels like you need to get a pretty good angle on it. Almost, that head is almost flat to my face. So some razors are not quite as, the angle on this one is different. It's got to be a little higher up. So just keep that in mind. But feels nice. Doesn't feel rough or anything like that. No problems whatsoever. Feels good. And of course, since it's aluminum, lightweight, which you come to expect, of course, from aluminum, particularly if you're used to using stainless steel or brass or you know, something like that's a little heavier metal. No problem with the razor in terms of its the way it feels on my face, shaving just fine. Feels pretty good. So far, really just feels like a regular DE. You know, it's using that same style of blade. Angle is a little bit different. Definitely got to put it a little further, which is no problem. You just have to figure out the angle of every razor you use. So first pass on that one, no problem whatsoever. Nice smooth first pass, and we're going to continue on with our RazoRock here. Amici, Big Bruce, and the Echo razor. And by the way, I think I addressed this before, but the reason why you're not seeing aftershaves on channels, because I'm taking a shower after I'm doing these shaves. So I don't want to rinse it right off, and I don't get out of the shower and then restart, you know, filming again. So I'm still using the same budget aftershaves that I love, Sterling, RazoRock, you know, Fine. Although Fine did raise their prices on aftershaves a couple years ago, which I did not like, but they still make good aftershave. I've got others too, but you know, I like the budget stuff. They do a lot for me, and so I appreciate them. Easy for you to say. Anyway, let's continue on with our Echo razor. Again, angle is a little bit different, but not so much different that you're going to feel awkward. Feels pretty good, really. And you know, I like the fact that you're using half the blade, so you don't have to chuck as many blades. I'm presuming that's why they went with Echo in the name. My presumption, again, because I have not read about the razor, I just saw that it used half a DE blade, so let's try it. Actually, what happened was some folks asked for me to use some budget creams. And so I went to an Italian barber to get some budget creams for the purpose video. And saw the Echo razor, and I was like, let's give it a whirl. You know, I like his stuff, and his RazoRock branded stuff's usually affordable, good value. And so I said, let's give it a whirl. People might want to see, you know, this razor. This is the first thing I've bought for well over a year. So, you know, I'm not buying a ton of stuff, as I've mentioned in a number of videos, excuse me, recently. Anyway, let's try to think of, again, I'm seeing some of the comments in my email, but I want to mention again, if you want a response from me, email me, cdb@imcdb.com. I do not respond to the YouTube comments on the YouTube platform. Just don't have time. But sometimes if I see them in my email, because some of them come, some of them don't, some of them, you know, get chucked into spam. I'll sometimes answer them if I think about it. Otherwise, please email cdb@imcdb.com. But one of the guys, I think, was mentioning the head shaving video, and he was asking why I shave so far down on my forehead. And the reason why is because I lather that far down. I'm just accustomed to lathering that far down. And so no, realistically, I don't need to shave anything probably all the way up to here. But, you know, I'm lathering with the brush, and so I just start shaving wherever the lather ends, typically. And so that's why I start shaving there. It's not to actually shave that area. It's just, you know, I just happen to be doing it for no good reason, really. Just because the lather's there, more or less. Anyway, that's that. We'll continue on with our Amici. And as you can see, no problems with the Amici. Again, not a super stout scent. Scent strength is probably maybe 4, a little under medium, I would call it. But good, affordable soap that will work just fine. Again, if you saw the video yesterday, you saw I shaved with Dawn dishwashing liquid. I mean, I don't recommend it. Again, I have to go back and make sure that people understand. That was just to say that, hey, you know, it's possible. Not that I want you to do it. I'm suggesting you do not do it. But can it be done? Yes, I've done it. Now I can mark that off. Check that in the checkbox. Yes, I've shaved with Dawn. And so I've shaved with, many different things. Dawn being the latest of the weird ones, just because someone asked. Now, no, I'm not going to turn it into, just requesting the most ridiculous things in the world to shave with. But, that was easy access because it came right out of the kitchen, and it's already on your hands. And, although it's a detergent, it contains some ingredients, so it's not that harsh on your skin. Although it's probably not great for your face, okay for your hands, but probably not great to put on your face. Will probably dry out a lot of people, so just be warned. If you see that video and go, I'm just gonna use Dawn, I don't recommend it. And no, it doesn't work as well as a shaving soap. And just like you see me, shaving all the way up, I don't have hair all the way up here, but there's lather there. And so, that's why I'm just sort of really removing that lather as much as anything. So anyway, we've had a good shave. I'd say it's a good shaver. No problem whatsoever. Different angle. And of course it's going to pick up that, residue, any of these colors. And the anodized in particular seem to, pick up a lot of that residue and show it. And if it's dark, black, blue, green, it's going to show a lot of that. So you'll have to clean your razor a little more often if that bothers you, or make sure you rinse it off and wipe it off afterwards. But I gotta tell you, no problems whatsoever with this shave. No bubbles, no troubles with using the RazoRock Amici and the Echo razor with the Astra SP half blade and the RazoRock Big Bruce. So no problems at all. Worked well. So if you've been looking at that razor, it worked fine for me. That does not assure that it's going to work great for you. It's going to be the best razor that you've ever used, but worked just fine for me. So from that standpoint, good value. The $2.99 Amici worked well. I will use a RazoRock aftershave afterwards, probably. I'm not even sure. I'm just going to pick one at random. Anyway, I want to thank everybody as always for watching. Check out the social media links below: Facebook, Twitter, minds.com. Share the video if you appreciate it. And as always, I thank you for support. Until next time, I've been your host, CDB. You are not. God bless.